Hi, and welcome to the Virtual Review. This is episode 10. We've made double figures, Adam.
We have. Who would have thought? We're still here.
I think we've done quite well.
Well, let's leave that up to the viewers. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about what we've been up to and what we've been playing.
Yeah, it's a good system to Gear VR.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast with it.
Overall, it's a pretty solid system. There's a few games that are glitchy here and there, but everything that we've played and reviewed has been pretty tight.
And having said that, a lot of the stuff that we have played and reviewed is the stuff that you don't find on the featured page of the store. Like, it's the stuff you got to dig for. So there is a word for it. Then they're not the something experiences. They're not the rated experiences from Samsung. So
No, they're more often than not, little indie developers that are...
Yeah, and they're the ones I'm having the most fun with, to be honest, which is great because they're small teams of sometimes only one guy in their bedroom building games.
And it means we can bounce through a whole bunch of these games and not have to sink hours of our time into trying them out. They're
Definitely
fun little experiences we get to try out each week.
This week we're doing Cube Run.
Cube Run's a great little endless runner.
I had a blast with
Assuming
it.
there is no end.
Well, we haven't hit the end yet, although you never know. We could come and do a recap and find that we can smash through it at one point. But
Well, I'm going to give a single player run for the capture. We did just try the two of us playing together at the same time, but we had a few issues. The screen cap seems to be grabbing a bit, but that's neither here nor there because the actual gameplay has always been smooth. I haven't had any problem with this
Yeah, the
gameplay.
only issue I had with it was when we were actually capturing the screen. Like, apart from that, outside of capturing, it was so smooth for me, which is part of why it was such an enjoyable experience.
So it's pretty simple. You just throw your headset on, your body made up of cubes, and you're running through a cube, almost Minecraft-like setup.
Yeah.
And you just running down an endless corridor collecting coins.
Yeah, that's it. I really like this this multiplier meter that they have. It really forces you to make these decisions on paths where, you know, you might have a safer path on the left, but on the right, you've got a coin that's closer. And if you don't go that way, you'll lose your multiplier. And if you're shooting for high scores, which we are because we're always competing against each other, then you're more likely to take that dangerous option.
Yeah, it wasn't until a bunch of times that I played it that I realised, oh, wait a minute, if I go up there, there's 3 coins. There's 2 that way.
Yeah,
You start adding it up, and once you get those 3 coins, well, your multiplier's lasting longer, and there is specific routes to get through, but I'm kind of thinking that after about, like, a third stage, not that there's checkpoints, that it does seem to be, there seems to be random elements put into it.
Yeah, it seems like there is some random element to the game, isn't there? Although a lot of it seems to be the same each time. I couldn't actually figure out if it was just the coin placement, although you said sometimes you saw jumps that were bigger than other times.
Yeah, and other times it seems like I never see a jump, other times it seems like there's a heap of jumps. And the jumps are fun because you're locked on this plane running the whole time, and then occasionally out of nowhere
you're launching
and it has a marvelous effect on your lizard brain. I feel my gut
the
drop
lizard
a
brain.
bit. Yeah,
I like that term. I really like the music in this too. It kind of put me back in. Yeah, it's like that jungle music in Donkey Kong Country, you know, like steel drums and things like that. And it's for an endless runner. It's quite relaxing.
Yeah, it's quite calm. I found the screen cap looks like you're sprinting really fast, but
it does, doesn't it? But inside the game, it feels very placid. And
I almost want to say it's slow, but it's fast enough.
Well, for the first minute or so, I never really feel threatened, but I'm not bored either. Like, I'm just enjoying my time, and I find myself bobbing along to this music and just like enjoying my time in the game.
Yeah, it's another solid game that we've come across, and another, I think, free.
Yep, this one was free. Yeah, that's right.
And developed by Mirror Key VR.
Yeah, that's correct. Mirror Key VR. Yeah, love to see more of their stuff.
Yeah, great game. I want to see the end of this game.
Yeah, well, or at least loop back to the start. So we'll keep trying to beat this one.
Definitely. I'll definitely be keeping this inside my Gear VR. And
what was your high score? I think you beat me again, didn't you?
3,654.
Yeah, I got 2,900, so...
I think I can do better than that.
Yeah, I can definitely do better. I did actually crash my Gear VR on my last run, but it was overheating, and I don't think
It was because you're doing so great.
I just had all the
your
coins.
multipliers were just cooking up your Gear VR.
Yeah. And just quickly, there's a few little hidden elements I found in this game that I don't think you noticed until I mentioned to you earlier, that the sidewalls don't actually break your run, so you can turn around, and you could theoretically... These groups of coins, you could go in a circle and pick up all the coins, although you need to be pretty nimble. Yeah. I want to see the video when you do that one.
I'll get on my good swivel chair and...
Is it this one?
Spin. Yeah. put some new oils on it and get spinning.
Get the WD-40 out.
So, good music, easily design, like simple design, all effective. I've had no crashes, no glitches.
Super smooth, nice graphics.
And enjoyable. Like, I've had this is one of the first games I downloaded with the Gear VR and stuck with it.
I'm usually the one that's guilty for saying if a game doesn't challenge me, it bores me. This game doesn't, like for an endless run, it didn't feel challenging for the first minute or so, but there's just a few things that just drag me back into it, and I don't feel bored by this game. I feel entertained, and like for the first bit I'm relaxed and just enjoying that music and stuff, and then it does heat up and get a bit hectic later on as well.
I think that's a really good point, because we have done a few endless runners now. I've found in some of the previous ones that we've done, I don't like going back to the start. It's a real drag. I've done this bit a million times. I don't get that with Cube
And
Run.
even with the short games, some of them you might only last a minute, and going back feels like
I think
a chore.
of Endless Space specifically, because that kind of bummed me out every time I had
That's
to go
how I
back to the
felt
start.
about Cube Run. But
Cubey
Tube, sorry.
Yeah.
No, this is Cube Run. Cubey Tube. I really struggled with that game, but you've had a bit more practice at that one than I have.
Yeah, and I think this is the joy of video gaming. It's much like music as well. Just because I like an album doesn't mean you're going to like the same album. And,
For sure.
And I think doing this VRC, this VRCast,
This experiment
has really pointed that out. That we sort of love and hate different ones, and what speaks to you doesn't always speak to me.
But we have a hell of a lot of crossover at the same time.
A lot, yeah. Well, we're both eager and keen gamers.
For sure.
So that brings us up to episode 10.
So what are we doing next week?
Next week we're going to try something new and do a best of the bunch. We're going to go back through the 10 games that we've spoken about over the previous 10 episodes. And
do a bit of a comparison and see what we liked and what we didn't like about the group, and then maybe give you some info about how we're going to move on from there.
Yeah, I think we're going to find a new format and hopefully build the show a bit bigger when we come back next year. We'll probably have a bit of a break over the Xmas period.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, that wraps us up for our first 10 episodes of the Virtual Review. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you found it entertaining and somewhat informal.
Informative is the word you're looking for.
Yeah. But like,
well, we are informal as well,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, right on, Blake.
Yeah. Can you see that we're wearing pants? You probably can see that we're wearing pants, but
we'll fix that for the next series.
Maybe that'll be the change in format. No pants.
Gorgeous. We're going to have so many more subscribers now.
Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been a blast.
Cheers. This episode of The Virtual Review was brought to you by Sense Immerse. Immerse your senses in a new reality.